Paula, we also want to get your take on a major case now headed to the Supreme Court. The High Court is taking on transgender rights, and the case focuses on a Virginia school board that wants to prevent a transgender teenager from using the boys' bathroom at his high school. Paula, explain the precedent this case could set.
DeMarco, this is probably the biggest case that the Supreme Court will take up this term. In this case, they're looking at a 1972 law that says that you cannot discriminate on the basis of sex at a school that receives federal funding. But now here we are several decades later, re-examining what the definition of sex is. The Obama administration argues that you should be able to use a bathroom consistent with your gender identity. But several states disagree and say you should go based on the birth certificate gender that you have. If your birth certificate says you're a girl, even if your gender identity is that of a male, you need to use what is on your birth certificate. So the Supreme Court really needs to look here and decide whether or not by protecting someone's sex, you're only protecting what's on their birth certificate, or if that includes gender identity, if it doesn't match your birth certificate. It's a fascinating issue. It's been percolating in several states, North Carolina, Texas, and the case that they took up in Virginia. And DeMarco, they moved so fast on this. This has really become a mainstream issue, legally speaking, in just the past 2 years. So the fact that they're moving so quickly, it indicates that maybe they plan to make a ruling and move on this much faster than they did with gay rights.
All right, and Paula, before the death of Justice Scalia, the High Court had several 5-4 decisions, including the decision to legalize same-sex marriage and to uphold the Affordable Care Act. What are the odds of the justices splitting?
It's possible that they could split on this issue. If they split, it upholds the lower court ruling, and that is a win for the student in Virginia. But it doesn't really solve the national question of whether or not federal law protects those who want to use a bathroom consistent with gender identity. So you really do probably have to wait, if it does tie, for that fifth justice to get a decision, a final decision, a binding decision nationally on this issue.
All right, Paula Reid. Paula, thank you.